Sisters who watch. Sisters who watch. Sisters who watch.
The Little Mermaid.
Hey y'all, hey. Hi everyone.
Welcome to Sisters Who Watch. I'm Shelby.
And I'm Laura. And we're sisters who watch everything. TV, movies, sports, concerts, and Black Mermaids with locs.
That's right.
We love to watch, and we love talking about it even more. Today we're watching
The Little Mermaid. The 2023 remake of the 1989 Disney animated classic.
Classic. I mean,
I loved this growing
yeah,
up.
I remember.
was a big fan.
You would always be like, this is my favorite movie. I love
The Little Mermaid. Something about it.
Yeah, so there was a lot of hype around this movie. I feel like just a remake of The Little Mermaid, period, would just get people excited.
Exactly.
Yeah, so let's get into it. The background of this movie, like we said, it's a remake of the original in the 80s.
Yes.
With Halle Bailey, who we've been fans of for a long time.
Yes. We are a big fan of the group Chloe and Halle, the duo with her sister. I love their music. Ungodly Hour was one of my favorite albums of the last few years. And we also watched Grownish, so...
Yes, we watched Grownish.
We saw the beginning of their acting careers.
Yes, and somehow Grownish is still... It's still going on with the son.
Yeah, Marcus Scribner.
Yeah. We watched... Did you finish it? But I finished it with Yara Shahidi's character.
I think I did, because I was like, I just gotta see how they end it.
Right. And then I was like, oh, I'm happy it's over. Like, I didn't love the last season.
Yeah.
But then they brought it back.
It was kind of like a hate watch. Yikes.
Oops. So yes, Chloe and Halle, yes, we are big fans of them.
Yes.
And when they announced Halle Bailey as Little Mermaid,
amazing.
Oh my gosh.
We freaked out.
We freaked
very excited.
out. We freaked out.
Excited.
So I mean the world kind of freaked out too. There was
in good and bad ways. Good and bad freakouts.
Good and bad freaked outs. Yeah, and I mean, so it's another remake, which we've talked about.
I love The Little Mermaid, but no one asked for a remake. Like, no one asked for a remake of The Lion King. And for me, I think it's crazy that this is what people are going to think of when they think of The Little Mermaid, because I feel like the animated classic's so good. Mm-hmm. Similarly with The Lion King and Beauty and the Beast, all these movies, it wasn't necessary, in my opinion, to make another one.
I agree.
It wasn't really needed.
Right. So, yeah, so we're a little skeptical about another remake, but we were very excited.
I was excited nonetheless. It was on both of our lists of movies that we were excited to watch this year.
Yeah, if you listen to our
most anticipated content.
Yeah, I think it's our second episode. We talk about our most anticipated content for the year, and this was definitely, this was both on our list. Yeah, and, I mean, we were very excited. We both saw it opening weekend.
That's right. I saw it opening night.
Okay.
Laura saw it opening weekend.
Yes, I saw it Saturday. Shelby was like in line.
Thursday night, 10 p.m. with some friends.
She couldn't wait. She had to see it the first night.
It was so fun.
Yes. So yeah, so we were both really, expecting a lot from the movie, excited to see it. And I mean, what a cast. What a cast.
Yes.
We talked about Halle Bailey, love her.
Very excited for her.
Angelic voice.
Yes, and this was her first big role. Like acting role where she was leading, so I was excited to see how she would do. But her voice, I agree, that was the big thing. Like, she has such a beautiful voice, and I have been listening to the soundtrack multiple times, particularly Part of Your World.
Yeah, if you haven't been listening, go to Part of Your World and listen on Spotify, Apple. But also, there's a YouTube video of her singing Part of Your World at Disney World. It's amazing. And she's wearing this dress and it's right in front of the castle. You gotta watch it. You gotta watch it.
So good.
So of course we love her. And I mean, Javier Bardem, Melissa McCarthy, Daveed Diggs, Aquafina.
It was a lot of big names. Big names. Interesting choices.
Yeah.
And we'll get into how we feel about the casting. But I'd say interesting cast.
Yeah, very. lots of big names. Okay, so we kind of hinted at the controversy, but let's, fully get into it. Okay, casting of Halle Bailey.
Yeah, sadly, you had, on one end, people like us, who were black women.
Yeah, who were like, oh my gosh.
Thrilled.
Yeah.
You probably saw videos on TikTok and Instagram of little black girls freaking out when they saw the trailer and seeing Halle Bailey as a mermaid. Like, it was a big deal for the black community. Women of color, anyone who was used to just not seeing themselves on screen, it was a big deal. Mm-hmm. And they were so excited. On the other end, you had people that were saying mermaids aren't black, which...
Mermaids aren't real.
They're fictional beings.
Yes.
So they don't have a race or ethnicity. No. So that was it. And it was a big debate. I remember, it was all over the news. There was a lot of backlash, which was so sad.
Yeah, Twitter was blowing up when it happened.
So sad.
And when they announced Halle Bailey, that was a few years ago.
Yeah.
And I remember people were saying that, as a ginger, as, a redhead, I felt so represented by Ariel as a child. And this was the story, Little Mermaid, was written by a Danish writer. And Danish people are white. Danish people are not black. People were really giving, theories to justify why a white person needed to be in this role. They're like, as a ginger, I am offended by this casting. People were saying this.
People were
really
saying wild.
This. Yes.
I hope they feel embarrassed now.
I hope so too. And black people can be gingers. We know black people with red hair, naturally red hair.
There are black people with red hair.
Yes. There are. We know people. So
our cousin.
Literally. So we're just black people have red hair.
Literally.
Yeah, it's wild.
That is so crazy. I didn't realize the ginger thing.
That's I remember seeing this online. Okay, so we got that out of the way. But also, a lot of people were talking about, of course, her hair. Her hair is a big,
It's beautiful.
It's beautiful. So, both Halle and Chloe Bailey, they have dreadlocks, locs, and which is a form of protective style that black people use. And I remember when they first, got popular, were on TV, no one... I can't think of many black actors.
Younger.
Yes. Who have
locks. They were trendsetters.
Right. And on TV. There isn't anyone else doing that. Mm-mm. So it's just so cool to see, them doing all these beautiful, incredible hairstyles. And, but a lot of people are saying about the locks cost. You know how much they cost, Shelby?
How much did they cost?
$150,000 for the movie. The hair? Isn't that crazy?
But how?
How?
Why? Who?
That's a down payment. How? I've done my...
There's no way.
That doesn't make any sense.
Hair is expensive in LA and braiding is expensive in LA, but not for that.
$150,000? That doesn't make any sense. So a lot of people were like, her hair did not look that good.
Not $150,000.
$150,000.
Not 6 figures worthy.
No. No, Shelby knows. I've done my own hair before. I actually did, if you're watching our video pod, I actually did this hair on myself.
She's a superstar braider.
I wouldn't say superstar, but I can, it looks presentable.
Let me hype you up. Come on, let's get.
And this cost me $10, $15, maybe $20.
A tenth.
Yeah, no.
Literally.
There's no reason any hairstyle should be $150,000. No.
It's awful.
No, and people were saying that her hair wasn't red. Ariel's hair in the animated one is
it's
bright red, candy apple red. Yeah. So I'm I don't know. So there's the hair controversy.
They could have done better, I guess.
And also, as you talk about, with the casting, Halle Bailey isn't, a seasoned actress. So people are like, she's not that great of an actress. Don't have the highest of expectations. She's a wonderful singer, but is she an actress?
Is she Beyonce kind of actor? Or Jennifer Hudson kind of actor? There's a difference.
Don't jump for Beyonce's acting career. That's really funny.
But yeah, there's a difference.
Yeah, that's very
But true. Yeah, there were, I think, also debates going in and controversy on the quality of the acting, as well as the quality of live action.
Yeah.
Like, was it needed? People were suspect. Like, especially when you saw images of what Flounder and Sebastian looks like.
No.
Like, it's hard to, I think, make animals live action.
So let's highlight some big overarching themes.
Yeah. I'd say they're in line with what the themes are for the original movie. Right? Like, the movie was pretty much the same. They made some interesting choices. Like, adding new songs that no one asked for. But the theme stayed the same.
Yes. It was the same story.
Same story. Yes.
So, yeah, belonging, cultural differences, the mer people versus the humans, like, that was really big in the first film and really big in this.
Central part of the story. And I think it's a resonant theme for, like, what's going on today. Like, if you're wanting to leave home or wanting to date outside of your race, like, I think there are a lot of things that kind of resonate.
Exactly.
With that kind of storyline.
Like you said, I think especially today, you know, America and the world is just becoming, like, so much more diverse and interconnected, but at the same time being even more divided. So
it's weird.
It is really weird. So it was cool to see, like, this black mermaid wants to be with this prince, and but her dad's like, no, you need to stay away from these people. So it was definitely interesting, you know, showing these themes to, you know, kids and all of that. So
very interesting.
Yeah. Big theme. And also a big storyline was losing Ariel's voice.
Yeah.
And obviously that was critical in the original movie as well. And like, at what costs and what sacrifices are we making, and is it worth it?
To be someone you're not.
Right.
And I think when I was younger, I didn't really get this part, but, like, her voice was such a special and unique gift that Ariel had. And we all have such important gifts that are distinct to us. So not losing your voice or your gift or sacrificing that for other people or to be someone you're not. So I think now, personally, as an adult, I got, like, okay, like, I have unique gifts. I need to make sure I'm cultivating those and not letting anyone else take my gift or steal my shine. Yeah.
Right.
So I think as a kid, maybe you get that, but I think that's something now as an adult watching it, I resonated with more.
Definitely. Rewatching it, because when was the last time you have seen this
I know.
movie?
Hindsight, I think I should have seen the 89 version before seeing this one.
Same.
Because I haven't seen it in forever.
Yeah, we watched it a lot growing up, but not recently.
I mean, I went to the Little Mermaid ride last year at Disneyland. Does that count?
I don't think so.
It was a storybook ride.
Sure. But yeah, I think similarly, I took a lot more away from watching this versus, you know, what I remembered as a kid. Yeah, so really, like you said, not letting other people take what you're passionate about or what your gift is, and changing who you are for other people, you know, because that's what Ariel did. She was like, oh, well, to be with Eric and to do all this stuff, I need to change, you know, I need to give up who I am or a part of who I am. So it was really, that was really interesting. Yeah. Not for a man. No,
you do not give up your gift for a man, okay?
Your voice.
Your gifts, your career, your money.
No.
Your time.
Definitely not.
Come on.
And yeah, good segue. So, family dynamics,
Another big theme.
The relationship between Ariel and her dad was, like, really intense.
Tough.
And
even Eric and his stepmom? The queen?
We don't know. We got questions about Eric and his mom. But yeah, family dynamics, because Ariel has all these sisters who are all these, like, gorgeous models. Wow. And one of them was from Bridgerton.
Yes, Simone Ashley. I was like, oh my gosh.
I know. I saw her and I thought of you.
I wish she had more screen time.
Yes, I agree. But, yeah, so all the sisters, and you see that from the beginning scenes, Ariel's, you know, swimming to the top of the waters and going to shipwrecks and disobeying everyone. She's a little rebel and, you know, is always making her dad mad, disobeying her father. And you see the struggle literally the entire movie.
Yeah. It was crazy. I also think it was interesting to see the challenges between the parent and child on both sides.
Yeah.
With, like, the child and Ariel wanting to go above water and, like, wanting to be a part of that world, with Eric, like, wanting to find this woman that saved him and wanting to explore and go out on the waters, when his mom was like, no, that's dangerous.
Right.
So it was like both parents, I think, were trying to protect their kids.
Yeah, definitely.
But it's just like the polar opposite of what the kid was passionate about and like what they wanted to do.
Right, yeah. That is interesting. I don't think I really connected that, but both Prince Eric and Ariel wanted the same thing. They're like, I want to go on the water, I want to go to the land. But their parents were like, no, we need to protect you. This is not good for you. So family dynamics were definitely at the heart of this film as well, and rebellious kids.
Yes. Classic movie trope.
Classic movie trope. Yeah, so those are the main themes of the film.
Yes.
But let's talk about some of our favorite moments.
Yay! Well, I kind of already hinted at this, but I loved the renditions of the classic songs. Mm-hmm. Halle's voice is
so good,
beautiful, and of course, there are just some songs from the original movie that are so good that they're just still amazing now. So, Part of Your World, timeless. I was literally listening to that. I kid you not. I left the theater, got in my car. It was like Little Mermaid soundtrack on Spotify, and I put it on. I literally that whole weekend I had it on repeat. I was vibing.
I agree. Yeah.
So good.
Her rendition is so good. And in the movie, it was just amazing.
Yes,
and when beautiful. You see, like, her hair, like, flip in the water.
Yes.
Yeah, it was great. Part of Your World was a big highlight.
Yes.
And, like I said, check out her singing at Disney World. It was also...
Disneyland, I think.
I thought it was at Disney World. Well, okay, well...
Agree to disagree.
Yeah, it's on YouTube. Halle Bailey singing Part of Your World at the Disney park. And so good. Also, we both loved the Kiss the Girls scene.
Oh my gosh.
Amazing.
Stunning.
Yeah, it was so visually beautiful.
So visually beautiful when they're on the lake or wherever they were in the boat and the fish and the lights and just, it was gorgeous. That was like my favorite part of the movie.
I think so too.
That's when it peaked.
And the song was really good, and it was slightly... And Kiss the Girl Under the Sea, that was also one of our favorite moments. I think they did a good job of changing the song slightly to make it more modern. I think Part of Your World really stuck to the
that was pretty classic and timeless, not much change.
I like the changes they made to Kiss the Girl. And I loved how... Sebastian and was it Scuttle or was it the Flounder? Yes, they were doing things to get them closer and try and like kiss and connect. It was really, really cute. I loved that scene.
It was giving peak rom-com.
Yeah. Shelby's favorite.
It was great. Literally my favorite movie.
Yeah.
And then we mentioned Under the Sea. That was fun too. I mean, that's another classic song, and I like their rendition.
Yeah, I agree. And also, we just loved every time Eric and Ariel were.
I thought they had really good chemistry.
Yeah.
And they were just really cute. And from the scene when they're in Eric's souvenir room, I can't think of the term, but he... Library. But he had all these souvenirs from his travels.
Yes. And it was like and it had the Little Mermaid.
Yeah,
that was cute.
So it could be a souvenir room, but maybe library is better.
Yeah.
When they were in there and like she couldn't talk, but like
she was so curious.
And like that was like when their bond really grew, and then their date scene. Well, it wasn't really a date to them, but when they're horseback riding and at the farmer's market. And it's just a beautiful day. I loved all those scenes when they're together.
Yeah, I agree. I thought they had good chemistry, but some people were like they had no chemistry.
And some people didn't like Eric.
Yeah.
They didn't think he was hot enough.
That was also something I was thinking about because I was trying to determine the entire movie. I was like, is Eric enough of like a bombshell to be Prince Eric? I feel like as a kid, everyone thought Prince Eric was so hot in the animated movie, like loved him.
Yeah.
So I remember there were rumors that Harry Styles was going to be Prince
that
Eric.
would have broken the internet.
That would have been crazy.
It would have been too much.
That would have been crazy. If Harry Styles was Prince Eric, that would have been maybe too powerful for the movie.
It would have been great.
It would have been great because so many people would have wanted to see that.
Crushed, yeah.
But yeah, he was cute. But
I
was
thought he was cute?
Prince Eric? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't think he's unattractive.
No, yeah, I didn't have any
cute.
issues with him.
Yeah.
But it was split between the people I saw it with. Half were like, is he Prince Eric enough? And the other half was like, yeah, I thought he's good.
He's cute.
He's cute.
Yeah, so some people...
But I don't think anyone was like, oh my gosh, whew, so hot. Which is fair.
No. But yeah, a lot of people don't think Ariel and Eric had enough chemistry.
Ugh, but I thought they were
cute. I thought they were cute.
Yeah.
Okay, so some of our least favorite moments from the movie?
There were some.
Not many, though. Not many. There were a few.
I mean... We talked about this in the beginning, but for me, some of the live action, like, choices, like, the way Scuttle and
Sebastian
and Flounder looked.
They looked weird.
Flounder looked scary. That's not the cute young fish that he should be.
I agree, because Flounder was so cute.
He was so cute in the movie.
Yeah.
Like, the animated movie.
Yeah, the animated one.
Scuttle really looked like a seagull, and seagulls
are not cute. No.
So, it was really authentic.
And Sebastian was like this like weird looking crab.
Yeah, I'm like, that's not what crabs look like. And if it does, don't want to be around it. So,
yeah, I do agree with that.
I think that in general was like my least favorite. Some of my least favorite moments when they were all on screen. And I just was distracted by how they looked.
Yeah, I thought Flounder to me was the most jarring.
Yeah.
Because he was supposed to be really cute.
Like he was sickly.
Oh, no. Sickly. I can't.
Flounder did not look good.
Yeah, I agree. And also, as we kind of talked about, like what was the setting of this film? Like, the island had, like, a lot of black people on it. They also had a lot of white people. I was like, are they in the Caribbean?
Like, they would mention South American countries.
Right.
And, like, where are you located?
And also, his mom is black. They didn't explain that.
And they mentioned, is she a stepmom, adopted mom? The dad's not there because he... Right? It's very confusing.
How is he Prince? Like, none of it makes sense.
I think it was casually mentioned. Like, I think he's adopted or, like, his parents died and they took him in. Something like that. But it wasn't clear.
No. So, the entire movie, I was like, that's his mom? Like, what is going on?
Yeah, they should have explained that.
Yeah.
Because, yes, I'm love that we had more diversity in terms of casting, but it was a little jarring.
Yes, and like
strange.
Who was his mom in the original?
Yeah, it didn't make sense.
Yeah, so I thought that was a little peculiar.
Peculiar choice.
Yeah, like what island was this in the middle of nowhere? Yeah. Like we needed more context.
Yes.
Yeah, I thought that. I mean, kids probably are not thinking like that, but for us,
was confusing.
It was confusing, me. And I know Shelby really did not like the new songs in this movie.
Yeah, they were not necessary. Again, the original is a classic and had a lot of great music, so I don't think they needed to add the new songs. My least favorite was Scuttlebutt. This, like, clearly you could tell Lin-Manuel Miranda had his hand on it because it was
very Lin-Manuel.
It was like a rap with Scuttle and Sebastian.
Yeah, and Daveed Diggs played.
Yeah, and Daveed Diggs was in Hamilton.
Yeah,
I think the biggest issue was Awkwafina's voice.
Right.
It was just, I like her. I think she's hilarious, but her voicing an animated character, or a live action character, I just don't think it's for her. She should not be doing voice acting.
Ooh.
Like, it was too much. And her rapping, it was like a lot.
Yeah.
It was just very it just changed the flow of the movie to me. It felt out of nowhere.
Yeah.
I was not a fan.
You could tell that Lin-Manuel really wanted his stamp, on the film, and I agree. It did feel a little out of place.
Did not like it at all.
I mean, I wasn't as mad about it as Shelby. But I thought it was funny. But I didn't love. I thought it was like kind of weird, and the audience I could tell in the movie was like,
I think people were like, wait, what's going on?
But I thought it was more funny than anything. But it wasn't my favorite scene.
Not needed.
And then Shelby didn't love Prince Eric's solo moment.
What's crazy is I think he has a good voice, and I think he needed a time to shine, but the song was like, ugh, you know?
I don't remember it at all.
Don't remember at all. We had to look up what it was called. It's called Wild Uncharted Waters.
I don't think anyone knew
Not
that.
even a good name for a title. Like, I just think that was a missed opportunity for him to have a moment, because I think maybe that could have made people resonate with him more, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But it was not a good song, and I remember it was in the movie. I couldn't tell you where. I couldn't tell you what it's about. I couldn't tell you how it sounds.
He was on the boat and he was singing.
Oh, yeah.
I remember he was on the boat singing about how he misses Ariel, and that's it.
It was just... If you're gonna add a new song for him, make it better.
Ariel had a third song called For the First Time. I don't remember that at all.
I really don't remember it.
No.
And I think that says enough.
Yeah. I agree. On to the next.
Unneeded.
So on to our categories.
Yes, everyone's favorite part.
Who did you love to hate?
I think we differ here.
Mm-hmm.
I love to hate Ursula. We haven't talked about her at all, which is kind of crazy.
I know.
I thought Melissa McCarthy...
She was good.
8. I thought she crushed.
No crumbs?
No crumbs.
Left no crumbs.
No crumbs. She is hilarious.
Yeah.
And Ursula, I think, is one of the better Disney villains. And I've heard people say that. Like, Disney has gone away from iconic villains, maybe because they're worried people don't want scary villains. I don't know. But Ursula's an iconic villain. Mm-hmm. And I think Melissa really embodied that. I thought she was fun and creepy and extravagant. Definitely over the top.
Yeah.
But I thought she... Even though, she was annoying and I wanted her to die at the end. Like...
Even though I hated her.
I thought she was so fun.
Yeah.
So, I love to hate her.
Interesting. So, for this, I didn't have a really strong choice, but I was like, if I had to pick one, maybe Prince Eric. Like, he was just...
Laura,
fine.
love to hate.
He was fine. Like, he wasn't...
I disagree.
He didn't crush for me. Like, he was, like, just a very neutral character. And I wanted, like, I wanted more. Like, he was cute. Like, he was a good, nice, sweet character. Yeah. But I just, like, he didn't pop. You know what I mean? He didn't pop for me.
That's fair, but I don't think that's a love to hate. I just think he's off the list.
Fair. Well, I just want to put him somewhere, so that's why I put love to hate. And some people do. Some people love him and some people hate him. Some people are like, he's not cute enough. He's not Prince Eric enough. And some people are like, no, he's cute. They have good chemistry. So I think he can fit in this category.
I think that's fair.
So Shelby loved to hate Ursula. I personally, she's in my hate to hate category.
Wow.
Because I just like... I know we're not supposed to root for the villain, but sometimes villains are so great that I root for them and they're, like, fun. And yes, she was fun, but I just, like, she was very over the top. And, like, I just didn't love when she was on screen. I was just like, this is a lot. She's, like, so mean to Ariel and, like, so devious. Some characters are so, like, devious that I like them and enjoy them, but Ursula, for some reason, did not do it for me in this movie.
Wow.
I know.
Well, I've already said I didn't like Scuttle, but she's...
I know Shelby is like,
we're piling on Scuttle.
Awkwafina should never do voice acting again. Oh my goodness.
And what's crazy is because I really like Awkwafina. The Farewell is one of my favorite movies ever. I think she's a great actress. I just think this was not the part for her.
Tough.
It was not the part for her. And I just thought it was distracting every time she was on screen because her voice is so, like, iconic. Similar to how Beyonce, as Nala in Lion King. It was so distracting. Like, the whole time you're not thinking Scuttle, you're thinking Awkwafina. The whole time you're not thinking Nala, you're thinking Beyonce. So that, honestly, was the biggest reason I didn't like her character. And it was over the top. And Scuttlebutt, of course, was awful.
Yeah, you hated that song.
The other person I didn't like was Triton. Ariel's dad, played by Javier Bardem. Mm-hmm. One interesting choice. Why would Javier Bardem be like a Disney character dad? He always plays like the villain in movies.
Yeah.
Like, I think of him as like No Country for Old Men villain, where he won the Oscar. So it's hard to think of him as like a thoughtful dad. And I also just didn't feel like he did much besides like make Ariel angry, and like it just, I wanted more from him.
Yeah, he was okay. He was, yeah.
If he's an Oscar-winning actor, like, give me more.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
He definitely could have done more in the role. And that just reminded me, another kind of weird moment in the movie was at the end when they were all, like, the mermaids were hovering above the water and their eyes were peeking out. I thought that was so strange.
And he, like, comes out of the ocean.
I know.
It was, yeah. That was, see, some of the live action stuff, just odd.
It was, yeah, that was weird. Doesn't work. And they're all, like, floating, and you see all the mermaids, like, floating in the water. Yeah, I thought that was kind of weird. Okay, but now on to our love to love. Of course, I mean, we talked about it.
Shocker. It's Ariel.
Yeah, it's Ariel. It's Ariel. Halle. Such big fans. Yeah, Halle Bailey. We thought she did well in the movie.
I will say, I don't think she's the best actress, but right. I think for carrying your first major role as, like, the Little Mermaid, I think she did a good job. But there were a few moments where I'm like, oh, I don't know if I loved her reaction, or like, oh, I think she could have, like, played that differently. But her voice was amazing, and this was a lot to ask for someone, given she hadn't acted that much before.
Yeah, has she even been in a movie?
No, I don't think so. I think just Grownish and like maybe like music videos and stuff. So that's what I'm saying. Like, this was a big step for her.
Yeah, to be the lead in a Disney movie as the Little Mermaid, that's wild. So I think that I agree. I didn't even notice or realize that until you told me, oh, some of your friends thought she wasn't the best actress. Yeah. I genuinely, I was in it. I thought she was great. Mm-hmm. Is she like gonna be known for her acting? Maybe not. I think her voice is just incredible. Her voice is what perfect. You know? So I really enjoyed her in the movie. Love to love Ariel. And you also said you love to love Flounder.
I guess. I might need to change
Yeah, you
that.
might need to change that.
That's not true. Let's delete. Skip over that.
Because you just went on about how you thought Flounder was creepy.
Let's stick to Ariel as love to love.
Right. Oh, yeah. Ariel is our love to love for this film for sure. Okay, so that's a good segue. So to our overall thoughts of this movie. There have been a lot of mixed reviews. A lot of different opinions from our friends. Like, I saw it and then immediately went on a trip with some friends, and you had people that loved and thought that was the best movie ever. You had people that were like, didn't like it. And then you had people like me. I liked it. I had a good time. Was it the best movie? Was it needed? No. Yeah. But for the experience, like, I saw it with a group of Black women, and it was fun, and we were like just enjoying it, and it was nostalgic. Right. And I thought the music, for the most part, except for the new songs, was great. Yeah. I think there's so much hype around this movie, and I think that's always difficult. But I saw it. I really enjoyed it. I had a great time. I thought Halle did a really good job. Like you said, is she the best actress ever? No. But I think for the movie, I thought she carried the movie really well, and her voice is just amazing. Yes. So I had a good time. But like we said, a lot of people were like, her hair, why did it cost so much? Her hair didn't look that great. Yeah. Like, the casting, the acting wasn't great. Yeah. They didn't have good chemistry, Prince Eric and Ariel. So there's a lot of opinions and debates about this movie. There's a lot of debate,
and I think that could be why. Like, it's done well at the box office, but it didn't, like, blow it out of the park. And it also, I've seen some people talking about it, but I feel like you haven't seen it go viral on social media or anything.
No.
Like, I feel like that could be why, because you have a mix of people, like, very passionate, saying it's great, and others saying it's not great.
Right.
Which, tough, because you hate to see for, like, a Black-led live-action remake to have such debate, but it is what it is.
It is what it is. It'll be interesting to see what the legacy of this movie is, and just the legacy of live-action films. I mean,
they need to stop making them.
Yeah, why? But this is a good segue. Onto our What to Watch segment. Yes. Because, unfortunately,
there are a lot more live-action Disney remakes on the way.
A lot.
Again, no one asked for. But they're coming.
No one. We talked about this in our Chevalier episode, I believe, but there's another Lion King movie on the way.
Mufasa, the Lion King, by Barry Jenkins, who I really love, but I'm like, dude, why are you making this?
Why? It literally makes no sense.
No sense.
And I feel like people didn't like the Lion King remake, so why are we doing this?
So why are we doing like a prequel?
Yeah. But live action of Lilo and Stitch is on its way.
Which,
that sounds good.
But someone mentioned to me,
that sounds promising.
Stitch is probably going to look scary. I'm like, you're right. That's my thing. It's really hard to make these creatures cute and like.
I do agree.
Stitch is supposed to be like a cute creature. It's gonna look like a villain.
Yeah, I agree. It'll be interesting.
Anything like how Flounder looked, or how
Stitch is gonna look weird. That is
like I think a Snow White is easier to do, which they're also doing.
Aren't the dwarves?
Oh,
I feel like they're gonna look weird.
You know what? They shouldn't do Snow White. They shouldn't do Lilo and Stitch. They also want to do Moana. Stop it. No
I mean,
more.
I feel like Moana sounds promising. Dwayne, like, The Rock will be in it.
No more.
No. Yeah, so yeah, Lilo and Stitch, Snow White, Moana, those are all in the way. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
What is exciting is Halle Bailey is going to be in The Color Purple.
Yes.
Another remake.
My goodness, another remake.
But one we're excited for.
Yeah,
and the trailer looks good. It comes out later this year.
Yeah, so good for her. Another leading role. We'll see how her acting improves.
Fingers crossed.
We'll see. Well, thank you so much for listening, everyone.
Thanks, y'all.
This has been so much fun talking about this really highly anticipated.
We're passionate about it.
Yes, lots of hot takes. So thank you for listening. Please follow us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, share with your friends, and follow us on Instagram at Sisters Who Watch.
Woo! Thanks, y'all.
Bye.